Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm probably not the only one that's super excited about this new set coming out. I'm sure every Magic player in the world is just hungry for this set to come out, even though it's a small set. It makes it more personal, I feel like. Everything's so much more tight knit, and I don't know. All the gods are really fly, by the way. I decided to do a video of my top 5 favorite creatures so far in this set. I know they haven't finished the set yet, but I'm gonna rock through this. I did one god because I felt like it wasn't fair to do all 5 gods as my favorite because that's dumb. So we'll start out with number 1. Phoenix, of course, is my favorite. God of Deception. It's retarded. I've already built a deck if you haven't seen it yet. I gotta go back and fix it because I made a mistake. Splashed white, made it kind of Esper-y, but not for real Esper, just barely Esper. And it was just stupid. Like, I should have gone with my gut and just stayed Dimir, but we're gonna fix that. It'll be better. So, right now, Phoenix. Indestructible, of course, just like all the other gods, blah, 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 black and blue devotion, word. And then he's got this really rad ability that says creatures you control have tap, target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the creature's toughness. So, just loading up with a bunch of friggin' defenders and just laughing as you sit back and watch all the mill happen. I love mill. Like, that's where I started out. I was a miller at heart, and I will always be a miller. And so to see that card come out after I sat there and I waited and I waited and I waited and I prayed for it to be a mill card or like a combo mill card that could pull stuff out of graveyards. Just the mill itself, the fact that it was mill, just I literally screamed. I wish people had been around to hear me because I screamed. Anyways, we'll go on to the next one because I could talk about Phoenix all day long. So my next one would be Archetype of Courage. And in this set, I really have found a new love for the color white. Even though I really dislike Esper, if you just take white out by itself and just put it in a little box, I love it. Archetype of Courage gives everything you have first strike. But, I mean, that's just good anyway. 3 for 2/2s, that's not too bad. If you're playing mono white or white devotion, it's good. It's got the 2 white in the mana cost. And then your opponents lose first strike, and they can't get it back. So, ha. The next one I've got here, of course, is Spirit of the Labyrinth. And I have been going on and on and on about how fabulous this card is going to be. I can't wait to play it. It's a 2 for a 3/1, which is just like, a Daring Skyjack. Except this ability is pretty much cooler. Each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn. Boom! Sphinx's Rev, you are done. I'm so... Oh, this card just makes me... Oh. Sphinx's Rev. Ooh. Makes me ill. But not no more. Sphinx's Rev, Divination, all that jazz that makes blue-white, mono-blue, and Esper. So wonderful. Get you some. Okay. I'm done with that one because I can talk about that one just like I can talk about Phoenix. The next one down is, what is it? Fellhide Spirit Finder? Yes. I remember when I was reading through, and this was one of the earlier ones to come out, and it's one of the only ones that I really, really liked and read. Everybody is really excited about Minotaur Tribals, and I am too. Like, I've been waiting for it, but this card is just so good. And I actually prefer the tribute mechanic as opposed to the inspired. But this inspired is so good. It costs 4 and it's a 3/4. It's a Minotaur Shaman, so I mean that's good in of itself. Inspired. When Felhide Spirit Binder becomes untapped, you may pay 1 and 1 red. If you do, put a token on the battlefield as a copy of another target creature, except that it's an enchantment in addition to its other types. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. So I'm just going to copy this really big, huge creature. And if you're playing Boros and you're using things like Ethereal Armor, it's just, there are so many combos I've thought about with this card, and it's just going to be really good. It's probably going to be a staple in every Minotaur deck. As well as whatever it's called with the, Ragemonger. But he's not one of my favorites. My last one on the list is Brimaz, I guess, King of Oriskos. There's been a lot of stuff that I've been reading online about him. People are really excited about him. He's a 3-drop for a 3/4, so that's really great anyway. He has 2 white in his mana cost, so if you're running White Devotion, that's amazing too. Legendary creature is the only thing that draws him back because you can only have 1 out at a time. That's not terrible. Vigilance, greatness. Whenever it attacks, put a 1/1 white cat creature token on the battlefield with vigilance, and it's attacking. And whenever it blocks a creature, put a 1/1 white cat creature token on the it's vigilance on the battlefield, blocking that creature. So literally, you want to be blocking with him and attacking with him every turn if possible. It would suck if he got Doombladed immediately, but such is life. It's not easy for playing against mono black. But this set really, I mean, Theros definitely reminded me a little bit of it, but this set really took me back. Some of my favorite movies are like 50s and 60s movies, sometimes 40s, depends. But I love the old Jason and the Argonauts and Clash of the Titans from the 60s, the claymation ones. And this just takes me back. Like, I'm so stoked for this set. I can't wait to play a bunch of limited with it, like sealed and draft, and just really see what all it has to offer just as the small set itself, not building up from that, even though I have already started Mono White Devotion and a Dimir, of course. A Dimir Mill. Mill. But I really want to know what you guys think. Like, what are your top 5 picks? What are the top 5 that you're most excited to build with so far? You can mention spells too if you want. I just figured it'd be easier to just stick with one type, like creatures, because I would just go all day long. But definitely let me know what you think and what you're doing at pre-release. Like, what colors are you playing and what's your favorite type of candy bar? I don't know. Anyways, peace out until another day, and have fun at pre-release.